last winter I was having conversation with one of the staff members at the elementary school, and we were talking about what some of the struggles our students face outside of school that makes learning more difficult. And surprising to me, hunger was one of those situations, and it just didn't occur to me. A few months later, I was listening to a podcast of a sermon where this church had started a weekend food backpack program in their community. I'd never heard of that idea, and I was very intrigued by it. So after I heard about the program, I went to the administration, the school board, and said, I have this idea, what do you think? And they said, yes, we think this is a great idea, and we encourage you to start small. In October, we sent home our first 4, what we call Rocori action packs, with students in Rockville, and since then we've grown. In November, we added Richmond Elementary for a total of 13 between the two schools, and in February of this year, we added Cold Spring Elementary, and now we're sending home 60 packs. And there's about 40 kids in Cold Spring Elementary, and then Rockville and Richmond each have about 10 students that receive a pack every weekend. This is what we send home with our students. This is a sample. It changes every week so that in a month they shouldn't receive the same food twice, with a couple of exceptions. The idea is that it was started in the inner city where kids get free lunch and free breakfast, and then they probably don't get food again until Monday when they have breakfast. So they go all weekend without food. And I don't know that that's so much the situation in the Rocori community, but there obviously are families who this is benefiting. And so we send home 2 breakfasts, which in this case is a breakfast biscuit and a pack of granola, 2 little meals, which in this case is a Chef Boyardee beefaroni cup and a rice-a-roni cup, 2 snacks, which this one has a pack of pretzels and a pack of trail mix, and then some sort of fruit, and this is a cup of peaches. And like I said, we hope that in a month they get 7 different foods each week. The idea is that a middle elementary student could do this on their own, and so we try to stay away from foods that need to be done on the stove, because the stove makes us a little more nervous. This is microwave, and there are directions on here. Sometimes it's a financial issue that families need help with food, and sometimes just an issue that there isn't an adult at home to make food. And so some of these foods are just ready to eat, and some of them require just a little bit of microwave help, and hopefully a student who is old enough to be left alone would be able to be taught how to use the microwave to make these. One of the obstacles we faced was, where are we going to keep this food? For a while it was housed in my basement, and when we got more than 20 students, it was definitely time to move out of our basement. We're in the DEF in what used to be the art room, and these cupboards were here, and most of them were empty, and John here at the DEF was very willing to let us move right in. And so these cupboards are full. We have each of our items is stored in a tub with the number shows which week it goes home, and that's so that when we are doing our pack nights, we make sure we get the appropriate 7 foods put in a pack. 2 Tuesday nights a month, we bring in a community group. It might be a Girl Scout troop, might be a confirmation class. We have a couple families who've come in, but we do our packing. And so take food out of our shelves, and we pack 60 packs for 2 different weeks. So we pack 120 packs, and then those packs are stored until the appropriate Friday, and then they're sent on. But it really is becoming a community effort, because we have people from the outside coming in and becoming involved. It's also a community effort in that we have 10 organizations, businesses that have donated, in addition to some very generous individuals. So what can people do to help? At the moment, our pack nights are actually full for the rest of the school year, which is absolutely wonderful. We will be putting out a call on Facebook next fall. You can find us at Rocori Action Packs on Facebook. But the other thing we need is donations, and you can donate food, but it's preferable for people to donate funds, and then we go shop, because we like to shop for 60 of each item, and we're kind of particular, and we are cautious about what we send home as far as nutrition. And so if people want to help, they can send a donation to River of Life Church, and just make sure you write Rocori Action Packs in the memo line, and you will receive a tax-deductible receipt. Otherwise, you can check us out on Rocori Action Packs, and that's a great way to get a hold of us, or you can email rocoriactionpacks@gmail.com if you have questions or ideas. Our goal when we made these sacks, we had a very generous individual in our community make 60 of those sacks, is they aren't all red. They're a variety of colors and patterns so that when a student has this pack in their locker, it's not obvious part of the Rocori Action Pack Club, and maybe other students wouldn't know what they have. We don't want to identify or single out any students. So there are a variety of colors, and it just looks like they have a pack on their backs, and it happens to have food in it. At the moment, the secretaries in each of the elementary schools are putting these packs in the backpacks in the lockers. As we grow, that may or may not work. In the middle school, if we get to be there, that would probably look different as well, but we are trying to protect privacy of kids so they don't feel like they're being identified by their friends. If you know a family or you are a family who could benefit from this program, I would tell you to call the secretary at your child's school, and they will know how to get you signed up, and that information will get sent to us. I don't actually know the names of the students. I don't need to know the names. I just know the number that I need to send to each school each week. Micah 6:8 says, "The Lord has told you what is good. He has told you what He wants from you. He wants you to do what is right to other people, to love being kind to others, and to live humbly, obeying our God."